An awesome day to you, awesome people, and welcome to another week of What's Your Story, where we share, empower, heal, and inspire. My name is Shenrika. I am your global empowerment connector. I come to you every Wednesday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Facebook and YouTube to bring you that midweek awesomeness. Another awesome guest as usual. This year, I'm telling you guys, it's just flying by. So I hope, plans are going as planned, as close as possible because, things do happen, things come up. So we have to, work around it, do what we can to make it still do what it do. But this year is flying by. So I'm sure there will be some celebrations that need to happen at some point throughout the year. So I have just the guest for you if that's the case. But just to let you know, What's Your Story is brought to you by Say Something, which is the official retailer for the Gugoji brand, which is an acronym for Get Up, Get Out, and Get It. So, that it could be a better life, that could be more education, whatever it is for you. So check that out at saysomething.company.site. And also, I know that tax, time has the deadline. I would say it has passed, but you may have some tax questions throughout the year, or you may, still need to file your taxes at this point. But either way, reach out to Tiphanie at Carolina's Best Financial. You can hit her up on Facebook at her Facebook page, not Stephanie, but Carolina's Best Financial, or you can email her at stephanie.carolinasbest at gmail.com. Sorry. So that's stephanie.carolinasbest@gmail.com. So if you haven't gotten it done, or if you have tax questions, you want to get that handled. You don't want to be out there not knowing or have your, stuff not in compliance, right? Another sponsor for What's Your Story is Kids Love Money. It's an interactive workbook series that teaches children financial literacy, one concept at a time. It's a great resource, and I'll say it over and over again. For kids ages 5 to 15 years old, it teaches them, what money is, how to get it, things they can do with it. Savings, how to break down a goal, set a goal, break down a goal, all of that great stuff. So check that out for any kid that or if you want to donate to some children at your church, in your neighborhood, or whatever the case may be. This is something that the children need, because in the lending world or financial world, they say, when is the best time, as an investor or whatever the case may be, when is the best time to get a loan? It's when you don't need it. So it's better to have that information and not need it, which is why I, specialize in children, because from the ages of 5 to 15, they really don't need to interact with money. But by the time they reach, 15 or 16, they're starting to get a job or whatever the case may be. They'll start to interact with money, and they need to know what to do with it. And, and be a master of it and not a slave of it. So that's a big thing. But check that out at kidslovemoney.shop. Also, if you have a morning routine set up, you drink your coffee, your tea, your wine. I don't know. Some people drink wine in the mornings, but whatever you drink, that's your thing and that's your business. But add a little motivation to that and get you your favorite mug at sipsomething.company.site. But thank you all again for joining us. Let us know where you're tuning in from, because we have viewers from all over the world. We have guests on from all over the world. So, let us know where you're tuning in from. And just because the person that, that is here may not be in your immediate area, it doesn't mean that they can't accommodate you, either personally, or they may have a network that can help you with whatever your needs are. So, it's always good to know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, right? They still could get it done. But before I bring on my beautiful guest, we're going to go to a quick commercial break. So hold tight. We'll be right back with you. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back, awesome people, and thank you for joining us for What's Your Story, where we share, empower, heal, and inspire. Again, another awesome guest. I bring you these resources because a lot of times we don't know what we need until we see it, or sometimes we know what we need, but we just don't know where to get it from, right? So I want to, share with you all on the awesome people that are doing these awesome things, whether it's in your community or it's in another community. Like I said, they may be able to assist you, directly and indirectly. You never know until you know, right? But this beautiful lady is the owner, the head lady in charge, the creator, the founder, all of that great stuff of Allure. Why my mind just went blank, and I already know what it is. Allure Affairs, and it when I tell you her work is nothing short of alluring. Anytime she does an event, I see elegance, I see class, I see timelessness. Like it's really classic and it's very chic, I guess you would say, for those who like chic. But she does great work, and especially the detail. The detail in her work is outstanding. But I'm gonna let her come on and tell you all what she does and all the great things that she has to offer. So without further ado, hello, beautiful lady.
Hi, how are you?
I am wonderful. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
I know
Nervous.
you're looking, no, you're fine. You're looking beautiful in your that's one of your props, right? From your
It is. It is. This is one of my props. One of our love seats that we have here at our venue. So I decided to, sit here and sit pretty.
I know royalty. She's serving royalty today. Um but thank you. I appreciate you coming on and sharing, your awesomeness with with us, with everyone. You do great, great, great work. I love to look at your pictures because I love the detail in it, I because I know you're a Virgo, so we are, what I'm saying, it's the details and things, and that is just like, oh my God, that's just so beautiful. And and I commend you because a lot of stuff you do it yourself, and
Yes.
it takes a lot of work. It's tedious, and that's
Uh,
not for me. That's not for me, but the detail of it is just so, magnificent. It is it You do very, very good work, and just, you know you have to appreciate that thing to really,
Thank you.
that
Thank
has
you.
to be your thing for you to really appreciate the detail, and that, that goes into it. But I'm not gonna take up too much of your time. Basically, what your story is just you um giving your story, who you are, what you do, why you do what you do, what you have going on currently, and also, anything that may be coming up that people need to, know about. And I know that also, it's getting warm outside, so it's I'm sure, you're getting a lot more events, especially outdoors. So people might need to know things like, how far in advance, they need to reach out to you, things of that nature. But I ain't gonna tell you what to tell the people. I'm gonna let you tell the people yourself. So go ahead, Tiffany, tell the people what's your story, girl.
Well, first, I want to thank you for having me here. I really, really do appreciate it. And
My
I just
pleasure.
love what you're doing for
Thank you.
everyone that is doing something. There's anything out there that you can do, you can make it into a business. If you cut grass with scissors, make it into a business and you can
Right.
get paid. I'm sure somebody's going to pay you if you be the best grass cutter ever with some scissors.
Oh yes.
That's kind of my story. I started out as just throwing parties for myself. Before I go into that, let me explain who I am. I am Tiphanie Moneek. I am the owner of Allure Affairs LLC, luxury wedding and events. I am your head decorator, coordinator, planner, director of what
Hmm.
have you for whatever event, no matter how big or small that it may be. It can be anything far from a wedding, a baby shower, your kid's graduation, your graduation, a bar mitzvah. It can be anything. No matter how many people that you plan on having, 10 people, 5 people to, 200 to 300 to however, depending
Right.
on what it is that you're trying to do. But like I said, I got into my business by actually just throwing parties for myself. My very first party that I threw for myself was my Sweet 16.
Mm-hmm.
And that was in 1996. I had my very first party. Did I tell her my age? I don't think I should have said that year.
Well, you
But
still look 16, so it don't matter. Forever sweet 16. So hey.
right, it was a Sweet 16. So yeah, that was my very first party that I threw for myself, and it was great. We had fun, and I was like, oh, okay, this is something that I might would do again. Not thinking at that time. Of course, I'm only 16 years old. We just trying to
Right.
get the friends together or whatever. Fast forward, went to college in Florida, Daytona Beach, Florida, at Bethune-Cookman College. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. So we party a lot down there. Okay. But there was a lot of people that was needing to do events. So I got into helping people find places to have, their next something, whatever it was, whether it's for a fraternity or whether it was for a sorority, whether it's for a learning session or what have you, poetry
Mhm.
section, whatever, So I kind of got my foot wet in knowing the background through that. And then in 2000, I started to throw parties at home again because I came back home. I started throwing parties at home, house parties. Back in the day, house parties. I think people used to call them something like rent parties back in the day.
Yeah. But I've never been to any of your parties, but I've heard great things about your parties.
Yes, child. When I tell you back then, the house parties was a thing to do. It wasn't a lot of people doing them back then. It
Right.
wasn't like back, in the 80s and 70s where people would have basement parties or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Early 2000s, it was more so of a grander event than a kickback than what they're calling it now.
Right.
So we would have like 2 or 3 blocks of people at my 2-bedroom house. You know what I'm saying? Like just people just was wanting to come and have fun. And the good thing about that was everyone had so much love and respect for me that they came, show out, show love. There was,
Mm-hmm.
always, there was no altercations or anything like that. So you kind of catch the party bug, you want to have it every weekend now.
Mm-hmm.
But that did not happen. I made a conscious effort to make it be an annual thing, which made it, people was anticipating it more. So who didn't get to come
Yeah.
last year came the next year or so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Fast forward to 2005, 2006, me and my then boyfriend, now husband, started to throw our own house parties together. And it was a combination of his people, my people, our people, which we are all from Kannapolis, but he knows people from other places. I know people from other places.
Right.
And we started having parties together. And the same thing, once a year, people would come who didn't come last year. They would come this year. They would bring more people. And it just, Rika, when I tell you, it just grew. It was massive. Like, it was just, people was telling me, girl, I can't wait to get my outfit out way to come to your party.
Yeah, because you throw like proms and balls and things. It's not like your typical, party. It's it's truly an event. It's
But
truly a gala.
then it was like, this is a house party, like you didn't think anything about it, but people came that way.
Mm-hmm.
They came dressed to impress. They came to, to be seen and
Mm-hmm.
to be a part of something, to say that they came to, at the time, it was a TT and Fluff party. That's my nickname. That's my husband's nickname.
Mm-hmm.
So from there, me and my husband, we had this talk. And we was like, maybe we need to do this as a full-time thing. People pay people because they don't want to, decorate. They don't want to do
Right.
this. They just want to show up, have the party, have fun, and go home. And I love to decorate. I like beautiful things. I
Mhm.
like to make everything glamorous, even if it's the smallest thing. I want it to be a conversation piece. I want to make things. I'm always crafting stuff with my hands. If you go to any of my events, or if you go to any of my social media, you'll see napkins that's folded up an intricate type of way or something.
Yes.
Because I'm
The
always wanting
detail.
to. Yes, and if and to other people, that's like nothing, but to someone that's sitting at the table, they're gonna look at this and they're gonna be like, "How did she do that? Like, I don't want to
Mhm.
mess it up. Like, you better mess that napkin up. Like,
It's too all right. It's too beautiful to even use it.
before you
Like,
mess it up." Yes, exactly. So, at first, of course, we always sabotage our own thoughts. We have the thoughts, and then we sabotage it. And it took me some time to get to that step to actually put myself out there. Um,
hmm
so around 2013-ish, that's when I started to like promote myself as a party decorator or
hmm
planner.
hmm
Um, and it kind of took off. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for what, the type of feedback that I was going to get. And I
Yeah.
started getting not only baby showers and kids' birthday parties and stuff like that. I got people that was coming to me and was like, "Hey, I'm getting married. I would love for you to do my wedding." And I'm like, okay. And at this point in time, I have to be honest, our people, as in our Black people,
hmm
were not doing weddings at that time. They would go to the courthouse, and then,
Yeah.
they would have food
The
at their,
reception.
yeah, the reception or something at their mom house or at big mama house or anything. So there was no wedding etiquette. You didn't know what to do. If you was in a wedding, you didn't know where to stand. You didn't know what your roles were or whatever.
Right.
So I had to, that was my case. I had been in a wedding, but someone pointed and told me what to do and where to go and everything. So I had to do my education, my own, researching
hmm
and everything to figure out how to do everything. And I realized that it was a lot into the wedding planning type of thing. It's not only just the decor, it's not only just the directing, it's not only the coordination. All of those are separate things that
hmm
goes into planning a wedding. So I did that. I started to research and I started to self-educate, and I got some people who trusted me with their most beloved day of their lives.
hmm
Um, and 2015 was my first wedding. 2016 and 17, it kind of just was a wedding after a wedding after a wedding. And in between times, I still had those, baby showers, kids parties, or, 50th birthday parties or dinners or whatever the case may be. Even then, I was still apprehensive in making it into a empire type of thing. It wasn't until 2017 when I decided to say, okay, I'm going to do this legitly. This is what I'm
hmm
going to do. This is going to be my second stream of income. This is going to be what is going to be my legacy. This is what's going to break that, financial generational curse.
Yeah.
So 2017, I got my LLC license, started to market, started to brand, and it took off like wildfire. Like, you had to get team members, you had to get, help and everything.
hmm
So at that point, that's where you get these massive props. You get, the good decor, the stuff that
Right.
sets you apart from everyone else, the stuff that makes you alluring, the stuff that makes you say, "Oh, I want something like that." So that's what happened. Like, it just went from literally a sweet 16 that I threw for myself to, having house parties to doing stuff for, other people, to where people was asking me to do their wedding. And now, whenever people think of me, they think of Allure Affairs. Like, now my
Yeah.
name is Allure Affairs. Like, I can be at
Right.
Hobby Lobby and someone like, "Oh, hey, there's Allure Affairs," and I'm like, "Oh, hey," like that's my name now. So not only do they just call me Tiphanie Moneek, they call me Allure Affairs just because that's, is associated to the name. I want to stay, what you said earlier, I want to stay classy. I want to stay timeless. I want my
Mhm.
events where you look back 20 years from now on your event and you can say you still love your event and not
Mhm.
say, girl, why was I doing that? Or
Right, right,
why
yeah.
did we
Oh,
choose to do that? And why we put that together? I want it to be
something they could be proud of for years to come, and
exactly,
cherish it for years to come. Because if it was you had a good time, everything was beautiful. It just creates an atmosphere, an
exactly.
experience. So,
Exactly. And that's what I want. I want them to have an experience. I want them to be able, when they have their home and family conversations about whatever event that Allure Fair had the process of blessing to decorate or have any hands in it. I want them to
mhm,
have that conversation at their kitchen table and be like, that was the best event that I've been to since. Or she's going to be the one that's going to do all my events. Or let me tell this next person who's having a baby shower, girl, you won't be disappointed if you was to use Allure Fest. I want those type of conversations, whether
yes,
I hear them or not, and if I don't hear them, I know about them. I know something had to happen because you
they
have
ring your
referred
phone.
me. Like you have said something, you have given my number to someone, or you have, reached out and said this is the person to go to. So the conversation had to come about some kind of way, and I would love
Mhm.
to keep that ongoing. Currently, as of this year, we have first gotten a very first event space, which is where I am at.
Yay! I'm so proud of her.
Thank you. I am super, super excited about this space. It's not a grand space. However, it is grand to me in my heart. It is 1,500 square feet, currently holding 75 people with tables and chairs, 100 people without tables and chairs. You can tweak that however you want. You can have tables and
Right.
chairs. You can have bistro tables, to alleviate space and everything. I would love to decorate for your event in my space. However, it's not necessary. You can hire your own decorator. The tables and chairs are included. It is conveniently in Concord, North Carolina, right
Mhm.
downtown, right
Mhm.
below the courthouse.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you ain't have to go to court, but if you know where
Right.
the court is, you can find us. We are at the square, and it is at 11 Union Street South, Concord, North Carolina, 28025. And my suite is lower level 232. And that is Allure Affairs, Luxury Wedding and Events with Tiffany Moneek. So I
Yes.
hope that y'all can come and visit, even just to look at the space for your next event, or if you want to have something. Um, we even do study sessions here. It's some college kids that come here that actually rent out the space for a couple of hours to do study sessions. So it's very convenient for people who just need some quiet time as well,
Mhm.
but they don't need it in their home, or because of COVID, they don't want to have people in their
Yeah.
home. So they,
Right.
you can come here. Um,
So
but
let
yeah,
me ask you this, because I know you're starting the event space, but you would also go to a location that they choose,
I
correct?
yes, I would. That is my baby because that's what how I started out
Mm-hmm.
was, going to wherever your event was going to be at, whether it was the backyard, whether it was at somebody's church, whether it's at a hall, whether it was at a banquet center, wherever you was wanting to go, I was willing to go. I've been to Raleigh, I've been to South Carolina, I've been to Florida. So wherever you want to have your event, we are willing to come and decorate wherever you are. However, if you're having a intimate event, we have a location here in Concord where
Mm-hmm.
we don't have a lot of event spaces to choose from. So this is
Yeah.
one of the few that you can come and look for and see if this is, could suit your fancy. But yes, we definitely will be able to come wherever you choose us to come to, wherever you would like to have your event at. We can make sure that we do that traveling for you
Well,
to do
let me ask you this, and I know it may be a hard question to answer, or maybe not. What events do you like doing the most? Like, or I don't know. You might not even have a favorite because they just all be you know they be so nice. So I mean, I don't even know if I know a favorite. That I can pick a favorite of yours. But do you, by any chance, have a favorite or one that you just um felt that was the
Um,
best out of all the best you've done?
the best event currently, I would have to say the Joneses' wedding. Um, their wedding was in Charlotte, and it was at a lake. I can't think of the park that it was at, but there was a lake in the background, and it was
Mm,
they gave me free range. She was like, "These are my colors. This is what I'm trying to do. This is how many people I'm having. Just do you." And um, she didn't know me from the bride or the groom didn't know me from a can of paint. Like they was
wow.
referred to by someone else. They went to my social media. They seen my work, and on my social media I tried to show that I'm doing my work versus just showing pictures of my work, because I
Right.
just know that we live in a time where people can steal people's talents, and claim them as their own. So I
Right.
like to show that I am this. It is me that is doing
Hmm.
the work or whatever. And she reached out to me, and she told me how she loved everything that I was doing, and how she liked the details and everything. And she was a very easy bride to work with.
Hmm.
And she reached out to me. It was funny because she reached out to me in a panic, and it was like 3 months or 4 months before her wedding, and there was no decor at all. Like they hadn't even started the decor process. So the fact that her anxiety was that high because she didn't have any decor and everything started, to where she reached out to me, and then just in a week's time or so, him and her, after we met, after our first consultation, you could tell that she was like, I could breathe
Yeah,
now,
she could breathe.
Yeah, it's like Tiffany Moneek got it. I ain't got no worries. I just need to get my dress. Like she was just, you could
Right. I
tell
can
that
do
she
what
was,
I got to do
I can
now.
do what I need to do now. But the day of the wedding, they didn't see any of the decor. They didn't know what they was getting. They didn't know how it was going to look. They didn't know what the backdrop was going to look like. They didn't know what the tables was going to look like. And the only thing that she did was request was a greenery with her name, with her last name on it, and she purchased the sign herself. But she wanted the greenery for a backdrop, and which we had.
Mhm.
But that was literally her only request that she wanted, besides her color scheme. And when it came about, when it all came together, it was just a beautiful, beautiful wedding. It was
Wow.
simple, it was unique, it was elegant. It was all what Allure Fair stands for. The
Oh,
flowers, the colors, that color scheme, which was blush, mauve, golds, ivories. It was a really,
no. Now,
really
was
pretty.
this an outdoor event or was
It was an
indoor?
indoor. It was an indoor event. The wedding itself was outdoors
Okay.
at a gazebo at the lake.
That's
Um,
okay.
but the reception was indoors.
Okay.
So, but I would say, far as my visual, that was my my best that I think.
Do
I
you
would,
think that's your best?
I think, yeah.
Okay. And even now you've started doing the thing. Well, you'll have had a couple of in by the time um you'll have done your second one by the time this actually airs. But
But
brunches.
I am. So with me having my own event space, I have opportunities to have my own events here,
Hmm.
without having to go elsewhere and get people to come out somewhere. So how I got people to come here, I threw my very first brunch last month, March the
March.
20th, the
Hmm.
first day of spring. I wanted it to be the first day of spring, because I wanted people to come and enjoy in their
Yes.
sundresses, and I wanted them to be, you know, ready to be outside kind of thing.
Right.
So I put it out there that I am having a brunch at Tiffany with Tiffany. I had a brunch with Tiffany. That's what I was calling it.
Mm-hmm.
And they paid $30 to get their brunch, which would included shrimp and grits, chicken and waffles, sausage, bacon, turkey bacon. You got fruit, you got, you know, your juices, you got all this good stuff. And on top of that, you got free bottomless mimosas.
Mm-hmm.
Now we did have signature drinks that you did have to pay your $5, you know, tip for signature drinks, and we had a dessert. Ice cream. So she did the shaving, and she could make your, you know, make your ice cream in front of you, if you so choose. So that was the dessert that we had chose to do. Now the thing about it was, everyone thought that this was another Allure Fairs event. They just thought
Mm-hmm.
it was just something that I was putting together,
Mm-hmm.
and they wanted to come. And if you know, there was no invitations. I didn't send any invitations. I didn't reach out to anyone personally, including my family.
Yeah.
Anybody that, you know, paid the $30 was able to
You're free.
come. You know, like
Mhm.
they showed up, they had their fun and everything. However, I had them to sit for 1 hour in a different location, which is right next door. And then I made the announcement out the hallway that this was my grand opening. So
Wow.
people came to the brunch not realizing that they was coming to Allure
Your brand.
Fair's grand first event space grand opening, and the love was just so surreal. It's still surreal, even with me about to have my second one, which I'm having another one May 1st, everyone. I'm having my second brunch here at my new location, May 1st, from 12 to 4 p.m. It's another brunch, it's another bottomless mimosa. Desserts have changed. You still do $5 drinks, but the tickets are $40 this time, just because the
Yeah.
desserts has changed. Um,
Yeah. And actually, because this is going to air right after your first show at your next brunch.
yes, yes.
So yeah, so we'll be like a couple of days after, but you are planning to have those like on a regular
Annual,
basis, right?
monthly. So I would have something monthly. It may or may not be a brunch. Brunches is something that I feel like that you could do throughout the day and still have the rest of your day to have fun. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I think about brunches. You know, you get to eat, you get to mingle, get the fellowship with whoever you know, who's ever there, and then the rest of the day you have. However,
Mhm.
I do have some things planned coming up. I will not disclose until it's closer to the dates.
Oh, I know
But
it's gonna be good.
but
Because I
I
didn't get to come to the other branch because I was in Virginia. Then when you have the next one, I'll be in Texas. So,
but
but
yes,
I'm gonna make it to some event because I've heard nothing but good thing, about the parties that, from back in the day parties, to before Allure Fairs. I see what you do throughout, what you've done with Allure Affairs. I mean, I knew it was only a matter of time before you got the space and stepped on out there. I knew it was coming,
you
but
knew it was coming.
it was coming. You
You know
too
what?
good for it not to come.
You
It's
seem like everyone else knew except me.
That's how it be, girl. That's how it be. I'm
Everyone
telling
knew
you.
but me. But you know, hey, now we're here. I only think that it's going to get more grander.
Yes.
I think it's going to get, bigger and better over time, as God see fit.
Hmm.
And I'm with it. Wherever, He orders my steps, I'm going to walk with my head held high. I mean, I feel
Okay.
like this is what I am supposed to do. This is something that um, is supposed to be not my second stream of income, but
It's
my
your main.
first, my
Yes.
main stream of income. Other things, I feel like other opportunities, of other doors are going to open that I
Hmm.
hadn't even thought about. And I'm looking forward to that, with the nervous heart, but with the open heart.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, with this event space, I have so many ideas that is ridiculous. But in time, it should reveal itself. So I'm
Oh
excited.
yeah. Oh yeah. So y'all be sure to follow her on Facebook and Instagram, to keep up with, the events that she has, coming up. Because
Yes.
like she said, every month she's going to throw something. It's going to be
Yes.
something. And I've only heard, great things. So I'm excited when I am able to get, to one of her, but hopefully in June it'll be at a time that I don't have to go anywhere. But
You know,
you
you
know what
busy. You be
I'm
on the road, girl. You be on the
saying?
road.
I know, and but I want to come to an event, so hopefully it'll be at the time that I don't have something else going on. But y'all be sure to check out, and she does excellent work. Like she said, she as well as weddings or formal events, she also can do private,
Exactly.
intimate uh
Yes. Yes,
experiences.
we love intimate events, especially events that are in home of some sort. Maybe it's just you and your husband, or maybe it's something small for grandma who's turning 101 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Those events are most dear to my heart because they are so intimate.
Yes.
You can do more far as those details that I was talking about because
Mm-hmm.
it's a smaller space,
True. Yes.
smaller event. Whereas if you had 200, 300 people, you can't do all of that. I ain't saying you don't get anything. It's just you can't do all of
Yeah.
it because it's 200, 300, people or whatever. But if you just got, 10 to 20 people and it's at your house, you get these details that is just like I said, those conversation pieces that you can't forget. And you're going to be trying to figure out how
How
is
did she
that
do
done?
it?
Yes,
How did
exactly.
she do it? Yes. Yeah. Well, as we get ready to wrap this up, do you have anything that you want to, leave for the people, tell the people some, encouragement or whatever that may be, whatever you feel like saying?
Yes, of course. Do not sabotage. Stop that.
Mm,
Limiting beliefs are real. And if you don't know what limiting beliefs are those little voices in your head saying, no one in my family has ever gotten that degree. How can I be the one to get that degree? Or no
mm-hmm.
one in my family has ever made $1 million. How am I make $1 million? Be the first. Be the one to break that generational curse. Be the one to show the family or friends or environment or community that it can be done through
Mm-hmm.
you. Be an inspiration. Dare to inspire. Dare to be real.
Yes. Yes.
So if you can do something that is positive, do it. And
Definitely.
don't worry about likes, don't worry about who's supporting because they see you. And they may not support you visually or financially, but word of mouth is a way of supporting as well.
Mm-hmm.
Showing love is another way of supporting as well. So continue to do you, even if you don't get any kind of feedback, they're watching. Continue to do what you're supposed to be doing, what you know in your heart that you're supposed to be doing. So
Oh,
dare to do you.
oh yeah. Because it only takes one person.
It does. It does. It does.
One person. Well, beautiful. I thank you. I'm so happy for you. I'm so proud of you. I knew it was coming. I know, some signs take, they're very conservative, So
Yeah.
I mean, it is what it is, but this was inevitable for you. Um, and it shows through your work, it shows through everything that you do, because most people don't have time to think. Most people not even going to think about taking a picture of them creating, during that period, because they just trying to get it done, or they getting somebody else to do it, whatever the case may be. But just that in itself is a detail that you don't
See.
generally get, yeah,
Yeah.
with anybody else. So check her out, y'all. Be sure to check her out for your next events. Whatever you got planned, holler at her and see what she could do. Because I'm sure she could do something for you, and you're gonna
Yes.
love it. I'm gonna put you in a green room in just a moment, and then I'll be right back with you. Okay?
All right.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you, sweetheart. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us again on What's Your Story, where we share, empower, heal, and inspire. I hope you enjoyed my wonderful guest. Again, be sure to follow her Facebook and Instagram pages. If you're thinking about having an event, this summer or winter, spring, fall, all year round, she can do it. Be sure to check her out. Go on the page and see what she does. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. She does exquisite work. I know her, but I can't. I want you to see it for yourself, so you won't be like, oh, she just biased because she do good work. You won't be disappointed. But thank y'all again. Again, if you're on Facebook, hit the like, share button. Be sure to follow the Say Something Facebook page. If you're on YouTube, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. Let us know where you tuned in from. And, I hope you have an awesome rest of your week. And thank you for joining us for What's Your Story.